What's up, guys? How you doing? Welcome back to Football Digest KE, where we eat, sleep, football, and then repeat. My name is Nyash, and today I'm gonna be doing an extra digest episode where I'm gonna be talking to one Webster or Webbie. I call him Webbie. He's an Arsenal fan, so we're gonna be digging more into what happened in the Premier League in match day one, as well as what's really happening at Arsenal and maybe what can be salvaged, as well as doing a small preview of the games that will be played in match day 2 of the Premier League, which kicks off on Saturday. All right, so I'm going to be joining up with him in a few and going to be digesting that. Don't forget, like you can see, we eat, sleep, football, and then repeat. All right, I hope you have been having a fantastic week. So let's catch up with him. All right, so like I told you guys, we're going to be joined up by Webbie. Here he is. He's not new to this channel. We have featured him severally over this channel, and like you all know, he's an Arsenal fan who knows his shit. So, bro, how are you doing?
I'm fine, man.
Doing good?
I'm good, but of course, football-wise, we are not good.
Yes, as an Arsenal fan, of course. All right, let's just get right into it. You actually called me, I think like 2 days ago, or is it 3? You told me you need to vent, and we all know Arsenal, there's so much ish going on. Just give me your side of things, how you're viewing what's going on at Arsenal.
It's a mess. It's a mess, man.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like one person once said, what's happening to us is it's 15 years overdue.
In the making.
And see, yes, and let me break it down for you. You know, we Arsenal fans are pretending to be oblivious of what is happening. But this is something that has been in the offing. Because you see, Nyash, during Wenger's era, we used to make top 4, used to make even the round of 16 in the Champions League. But remember, the teams around us were not as good.
Yeah.
But look at that timeline, and you will realize that teams like Leicester have gotten better. Even West Ham have gotten better.
Yeah.
Chelsea have gotten better.
Yeah.
Speaking of Chelsea, in the last 10 years, they've won the Champions League and the Europa League twice.
Each. 4 European trophies.
Do you know they have that's record time? Even the great Real Madrids and Juventus, Inter, these sides that have done it have not done it in record time. 10 years. They did it, the Champions League and Europa League back to back. And me, I'll tell you personally, the day I realized we are a small club was the day Chelsea won the Champions League in 2012.
2012.
That is when it hit me, because now they've achieved it. That's what they wanted to do all this time.
Yeah, all the time. Wait, did you just say Arsenal small club?
Not small club, really. How do I put it? They've overtaken us officially in London. You know, we used to live in that bubble where we are competing with Man United, but in essence, we are not really competing with them. But now Chelsea just went miles ahead of us.
Yeah.
And as I was saying, you see, teams like Spurs have gotten better. Leicester have gotten better. Now we can see the likes of Villa getting better, Everton.
Yeah.
And it's happening. You see, as Arsenal fans, we are pretending that this thing has just happened overnight. No, this thing started in 2010. And it's been happening because you see, the league is now awash with money.
Yes.
Teams like Aston Villa now can afford quality players.
Yeah. Like how we did with Buendia and, Danny Ings and,
Exactly. And now teams like City, the Chelsea, Liverpool, and the 2 Manchester clubs are getting stronger.
Yeah.
So for us, it's an administration problem. Look at United. I love using United as an example. Maybe you've seen my charts, eh? You see, United realized after sacking Mourinho, wait, we cannot be sacking managers. This is not us. And you see, Arsenal and United have a similar model. And now what normally happens is they normally want to employ consistency. You see, clubs like Chelsea, they don't they don't care for consistency and processes.
No.
Chelsea is about getting the job done, the target set for you. If you don't achieve, you leave. So you see, United gave, if you remember, they gave Solskjaer a contract extension when they were low, and you remember we were laughing at them.
Yes.
Now look at them; they are slowly rising. You see what Solskjaer has done. He's not done what Sir Alex did in the early 90s and 80s. He's worked quietly. He's quietly got rid of the players who he felt were not worthy to be United players,
Yes.
and he also he has also gotten players to fall in line. Now he has a young team, a very young team, and he's gotten the likes of Martial and Pogba to fall in line. And you can see it. And what the board did, they've given him those marquee signings. They gave him Harry Maguire, they gave him Bruno Fernandes, they've given him Jadon Sancho. So they are slowly rebuilding their team. You look at us, we are forced, the Cronkies are forcing the managers to work with what they don't have.
Yeah.
Or what they have.
Expecting the manager to achieve results, but not with backing them up with like quality players.
Exactly. And you see, for me, I've been criticized and I've been laughed at for this. But that's why I support Mikel. Because you see, two things. First and foremost, he's in his sophomore year. He's not a rookie anymore.
Yeah.
Secondly, he needs to be given the tools. He's being given the tools slowly. He's getting his team. We can't say now he doesn't have his team per se, because now he's about to get Odegaard.
Yeah.
And Odegaard is one of those players who he really, really wanted into the team.
Yes.
Now, what the Cronkies are failing to do, first and foremost, you look at clubs like City and PSG, and I love using Bayern Munich, Leicester City, for example. These are owners with a vision. And when you have that vision to succeed and you purpose to succeed as an owner, everyone else falls in line.
Yeah.
You see?
Yes.
Your directors will fall in line, your head coach or your manager will fall in line, and the players will fall in line.
All right.
You see that?
You know, what bugs me about Arsenal is it's a business, right? And Kroenke owns the business, but he's not willing to invest in it. As in, even if you have a business, you want to see the business appreciate in value. That's what likes of Abramovich are doing. That's why they are going out and splashing the 97M on one player. But for Kroenke, he has a business here which he kind of seems like he doesn't give a shit. He doesn't care if it appreciates in value or depreciates. It's just there. Because if you actually honestly cared about the appreciation of value of your business, unafanya proper investments.
And
so
you see,
you're always
that's
failing in one aspect, as in it doesn't make any sense to me for such a successful business person.
And let me tell you, you know I'm an NFL fan, right? The Cronkies own the LA Rams.
Yep.
It's a similar system to Arsenal. Their head coach, Sean McVay, is 35 years old.
35?
Just like Arteta, you can see he's a young coach.
Yes.
But you see, even over there, they got to a Super Bowl, by the way.
Yeah.
And they were badly beaten by the Patriots. They didn't even show up. And you see, they lost most of their players to free agents.
What?
You see, yes. And you see, right now, good thing for them, they have the best defender in the league, a guy called Aaron Donald. And you see, very soon, they lose Aaron Donald to free agents. You get? You see, at least the Rams have that superstar. He's on defense, and that's why they go to the Super Bowl.
Yes.
You see, as we don't have that player, we can say he's a superstar. Yes, we won the FA Cup, but you see, we are tired. And you see, the Cronkies are not purposing to succeed like Vishai Srivadana Prabha did at Leicester. Or the way Sheikh Al Mansour is doing at City.
At Man City?
Or the way or Roman Abramovich at Chelsea.
Yeah.
You see, when you purpose to succeed, your directors fall in line and the head coach falls in line because
in
you
line,
have been given the tools. Now, succeed. What I'll tell you, Nyash, Arteta will be our class manager one day. Mark this.
We will mark this one.
Yes, he will be. Whether it's at Arsenal or another club. Because if we don't give him the chance, another club will.
Indeed.
Remember, people ridicule him for winning the FA Cup. They take that for granted. But you see, he did that in 8 months.
Yes.
He beat City and Chelsea when they were not at their weakest. Especially City, they had beaten us 3-0 a month prior.
Yes, yes.
And he came up with a plan to shut them down and take the chances. Yes, by the way, he has his faults. He's not perfect.
No, he's not, yes.
Yeah, we've seen, because even on Friday, we saw him bringing in Tavares at right back. Okay, that is inexplicable. I don't know what the hell got into him. We saw him play.
I think he just got tired of Chambers.
I don't know. And you see, he had Maitland-Niles on the bench and Reece Nelson could play there. So you ask yourself what the hell was going on in his head. Yeah, he has those. And against Villarreal in the Europa League, he made poor decisions in the first leg and second leg.
Yeah.
And that cost us. That was on him, by the way. But you see, he's learning. He needs time. And Arsenal fans need to realize one thing. If Arteta gets sacked, you'll not get Antonio Conte or Zinedine Zidane or Luis Enrique. No. Forget it.
None of those.
We are not going to get them because we do not have the structure and the vision to get them to listen to us. One thing about Zidane and Conte and Enrique, if you look at the trajectory of their careers, they guard their legacies very jealously. They will jump ship at the slightest chance that they will look bad. They'll jump ship.
They'll go.
Yes, Conte left Chelsea. He asked them to sign Lukaku. They gave him Morata. He realized this is a failing project. He left. Real Madrid failed to. He told Real Madrid, I will join you on condition you give me total control of the players that are coming in and leaving.
Yeah.
Florentino Perez was not ready to give him that. Conte declined.
Yeah. Yeah.
You see?
All right. I feel like for me, the only time I cut Arteta some slack is, like you said, he's not given like proper backup by the owners. As in, he's always working with a jigsaw that is not fully complete. If it's not a right back, it's a striker. If it's not a striker, it's an attacking midfielder. If it's not an attacking midfielder, it's a defender. And it's never, we never fulfill our requirements in one window. We always seem to always leave one gap unfulfilled in a window.
Exactly. And you see, you know what he's also trying to do is eradicate a very rotten culture at the football club. Remember, the culture we have, the one that makes supporters of other football clubs laugh at us, that culture has been there since 2005. That's 15 years. So there is no way on God's green earth he's going to come and fix it overnight. And you see, the only way to fix that culture is get rid of those players and bring in players who will infuse. You see, this is what Sir Alex did when he joined United. And I remember when he joined United, the first 5 seasons, they were horrible and the media slaughtered him. Actually, go and look for those newspaper cuttings from the 80s, what the media wrote about Sir Alex. And
I understand he almost got sacked at some point.
Yes, in 1990. If he didn't win that FA Cup, he was going home. And you see, along the way, he got rid of 2 key players that were key for United. Paul McGrath and Norman Whiteside.
Oh, McGrath.
Yes, McGrath, Paul McGrath. And you see, McGrath had a drinking problem. And you see, Sir Alex was trying to eradicate the drinking culture, but he was one hell of a footballer.
Yeah.
But you see, Sir Alex got rid of him. but it worked because in 1993, United won the Premier League. McGrath was voted PFA Player of the Year.
Yeah, I recall that one, yes.
Yes, when he was playing for Aston Villa. So that shows you see, Sir Alex was vindicated because it was about winning as a team.
Yes.
You see, what Arteta is trying to do is, and that's why you can see rumors floating around that Lacazette and Aubameyang, he didn't like their attitude in training. I love Aubameyang, and I think you've seen me say this in the WhatsApp groups. I love Oba, and the reason as to why I fell in love with Oba is his goals. When they dry up, that love goes. You see, the goals are drying up. So he needs to come back and fast. You see?
Yes.
Because you see, they are leading a young team. You see, for Lokonga to make his debut and be the one to do press duty, that was bad. You see?
That was wrong.
And that's why, yes. So we need to see the bigger picture as Arsenal fans. Yes, Arteta could be sacked, but when he's sacked, our problems won't go away. Actually, they're just beginning. Because first and foremost, you'll get a second-rate manager. You're going to get Eddie Howe or Dean Smith or Gary Potter, Maurizio Sarri at best.
Gosh, I hope we don't get there.
Please, I hope so. And that's why you see me resisting that. You see, in one of the forums, Man United fans were telling me that Sarri is better than Arteta, you'll play better football. And you see, one thing, I know these people, they don't give a damn about us as a football club.
Nah.
They don't. When we don't succeed, that's when they are at their happiest.
Yes.
And you see, I was able to think, these people want us to play good football, but none of them says you're going to win. You see, they don't want us to win.
They just want us to play good football, and we are not winning so that they can get more banter to throw at us.
Exactly. And now as we want to win, whether you are Arteta in or Arteta out, you want to win.
You want to win.
Absolutely. And not the FA Cup. Yes. And you see, this season is a banana skin for Arteta in a way, because without the destruction of European football, he's expected to at least make top 4 and or win the Carabao Cup or the FA Cup.
Yes.
That's the minimum standard. Because those are the...
Yeah, that's going to be interesting.
And the most interesting thing is, remember, when Leicester and Chelsea did not have European football, they won the title. So you can see how high the bar is.
The bar is very high, man. The bar is very high. All right.
Yes.
Moving forward, even before we get to that part of moving forward, the whole issue of Lacazette, Aubameyang, their absence, and them not being listed as guys who are injured, being told they are just unwell and nothing more being told to us, and now there's those issues or reports coming out, kuna issue of COVID and stuff. What are you reading to that? Because inanisumbua.
Maybe I think I choose to believe those reports that they have a mini fallout with Arteta.
There's also that.
Because they are not showing the proper attitude in training. And I support him on that as much as we love Oba. He has to lead by example. He's the captain. You see, and he needs to realize he's leading a very young team. Because with the exception of Oba and Laka and maybe Granit Xhaka and El Neni, and maybe Bellerin, and we can mention maybe William, though I don't like mentioning William because I assume he's not part of the team.
Yeah.
Those are the guys and Thomas, yes, those are the guys now who are leading the team. They have guys like Nicola Pepe and Tierney and Ben White. So they need to realize they are leading a young team. And you see what Mikel wants is to have a group of senior players who can lead.
Who can lead, yes.
Yes.
All right. So, are they being sold? Is it just a fallout? Do we expect to see them back? In your own opinion, what do you think?
Okay, according to what Fabrizio said, we need to watch out for Laka. Laka might leave.
Might be leaving?
Auba, it will be impossible for him to leave because he's on 350 a week. Nobody's going to pay him that kind of money, and he's not scoring goals. And that's where our problem is. We have overpaid. That's why we are struggling to sell Bellerin.
Yeah.
And the likes of Kolasinac, who have to terminate their contract so that they can move on to the next club.
Yeah.
So yes, we are not able to recoup any value, and these are the kind of processes that I'm telling you need to stop. And you see, it starts from up there.
Yeah, it does.
Mm.
It does. It
Yeah,
does.
because you see, and that's why I hope the Spotify guy Daniel Ek succeeds. Because you see, when he comes in, if Arteta will still be manager, he'll be forced to fall in line because they'll tell him, here are the resources. Now get the job done.
Get the job done. All right.
Yeah.
I feel like for us to get the job done, we need to make more acquisitions. Now, there's issues of reports of Martin Odegaard. I feel like it's just a matter of time before he comes in, a 22-year-old. Do you think that will be the end of our business in this transfer window, or and you still have a lot of dead dude to get rid of? Akina Kolasinac, they're still here to be, still playing, they're still training. Kina Niles, Kina Bellerin, who have not yet been sold, and we have like I think now 14 days to the closure of the window. Do you think we'll get to do more business? Ama we just be shipping out dead with now no more incomings?
I think now if Odegaard is coming, then we'll bring in a goalkeeper. And it seems it's going to be Aaron Ramsdale.
What do you think about that?
No, me, I'm for it. Because you see, if you look at him, he played behind the worst defense.
Yeah.
And he made 166 saves.
Oh, yeah?
Yes, he did.
In the Premier League?
He had the second best save ratio.
Oh.
Check. Yes, he had the second best save ratio.
Wow, okay.
And he was behind West Brom's Sam Johnston.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that.
Yes, and you see.
So he's not all that bad,
see,
eh?
He's not bad. You see, actually, Sam Johnston had 166 saves.
Yes.
Ramsdale had 147. He was second highest in the league for the season. And he was ahead of Emi Martinez. Yes.
Hey. All right.
So I fail to understand. You see, the Arsenal fans are being irritated by the price, by the asking price.
Yeah.
And they say he's just another over. You see, he played behind.
I agree. He had a 147 saves last season, yeah.
Yes.
A second after Sam Johnston.
Yes, and I had said if the Ramsdale move breaks down, we can go for Sam Johnston. Actually, that was the plan.
Yeah.
They had identified Sam Johnston or Aaron Ramsdale. And you see, Ramsdale played behind what was the league's worst defense.
Yeah.
And he makes 166 saves. So there's a guy on Twitter who was challenging me and telling me that Ramsdale is poor. And I'm telling him, he played behind a poor defense. And he was able to master 147 saves. See, a poor goalkeeper would top that total.
Yeah.
Would not even get to that total.
Now he would not be close to that, yeah.
And
if he was
exactly.
poor.
And you see, one-on-one, he doesn't make the kind of errors that Leno makes. The errors that Ramsdale has made have been forced by the defense. You see?
Not on his own.
Exactly. He would be the ideal goalkeeper to come and accept to be number 2.
Yeah.
And if Leno does not improve, or if Leno gives just cause for him to be dropped, Ramsdale takes over.
Comes in. All right. Are we getting another right back?
I would love that, because I mean, another thing I don't understand is David Ornstein. Ornstein says that Bellerin wants to leave, and he told the club he wants to leave.
Yes.
And he does not understand.
He's even willing to take a pay cut.
Exactly. Why aren't they releasing him? And I think maybe they're not releasing him because they've not found a replacement. That's tricky, because now you look at the right backs in the market. I would not have wanted Kieran Trippier. He's 31 years old. You don't pay that kind of money for
Nah, you
31 year
don't.
old.
You don't. There's also these
And
issues of gee, a contract extension for Bellerin. Is that even a
I
thing we
doubt.
should be considering?
No, actually, it's insane. I've not heard about it.
Mm,
The last I heard about Bellerin is he wants to leave. So
that might. All
I
right.
doubt.
All right.
Mm.
Let's. I think we're done now with Arsenal because as far as we're talking Arsenal, you can talk about it for an hour. That's quite obvious. Manchester United. They started off with a bang. They have gotten Sancho. They have gotten Varane. What do you think about them this season?
No, they look good, but they still need a defensive midfielder because when the season gets tough, right now there are no distractions, midweek distractions for now.
Yeah, for now,
They'll
yes.
start next month. Carabao Cup, the Champions League, those were in the Europa League.
Yes.
So they still need a defensive midfielder. I watched them. They still need that destroyer, maybe Andidi, something of the sort.
Something of that sort.
Yes, someone who can come in and just win balls and let Pogba do his thing. Because Scott McTominay is not what we would call a destroyer.
Yeah,
that's what they lack.
Yeah.
Because Varane definitely is coming to take his place alongside Harry Maguire.
Yeah.
And he's quick, he's good on the ball, he's good in the air. Of course, expected since he's 6'4". So, yeah. So
if they sort out the CDM issue, then title contenders or?
Yes, they'll be within a shout because you see last season without those players, they still managed to give us a scare that they'll win the league. We don't want them to win the league because
definitely
it will be anarchy and war.
Yeah.
But
all right. Chelsea, they're getting in Lukaku. Reports of them going back for another CB, maybe Jules Kounde. If they sort that out, do you think they can surpass City to the title or?
They can. They have the capability. You see, they've beaten City. They beat City thrice in the calendar year.
3 times.
Yes, in the FA Cup semi-final, in the Champions League final, and in the league at the Etihad. So Tuchel has Pep's number.
Wow, yeah. On speed dial, I agree with that. City, if they get Harry Kane, which I don't know if this is going to... First of all, do you think they will get Harry Kane?
They can. They have the capability. I saw somewhere that on the Athletic, the board is preparing a 150 million pound bid. And that's the final bid.
Yeah.
But you see, Daniel Levy is notoriously hardline negotiator. Yes. So
yeah, he is. He's a notorious
it will not be an easy deal. Yes. By the way, if there is a club that is very difficult to negotiate with, it's Spurs because of Daniel Levy.
It's like the Olympic Lyonnais president. Ama anakuanga nani? Nakuwa president
Jean Aula. Jean Aula, yeah.
Yeah. All right. And if he leaves Spurs, what do you think of Spurs? They're still shit, right?
Definitely. No, they will still be weakened. Though they said that they'll go for Lautaro. They'll go for Lautaro. They're looking at Lautaro. They're looking at, is it Odson Edward at Celtic?
Celtic? No, I heard that they were looking for the Dusan guy from Fiorentina, of which I think that didn't work out because I think he might be going to Atletico now. Lautaro his agent has come out several times to say that he's not leaving, and he's having talks with Inter now. So I don't know what exactly but they will get someone for sure.
Definitely, but they don't look that bad. But they need a center forward who can score goals because you see they still have Son.
Yeah, who still scoring.
Yes, and he can lead the line. By the way, he can be their main striker.
Yeah, actually, I think he can. He honestly
can. He can. He has the physical attributes.
He
does. A good striker.
Aston Villa have done some very good business in the market this transfer window. I think they're done with their business. I don't think they're looking at anyone else. But still, what do you think is their realistic target this season? Should we be like watching out for them this time out, just like how we did last season? Atakuwa alimaliza chini yetu.
Yes, because you see they've recruited very well, as usual. I admire who sits in their boardroom. They need to come and knock. Yes, the Arsenal people, especially Edu, should be watching this. That's how you recruit
from that.
Intelligent recruitment. Yes, you can bring in one marquee signing, but bring in players. You don't have to spend 50 million, 40.
Yeah.
But make sensible, yes.
Yeah. All right. Make sensible signings. I agree with that. And they did a double over us last season, man.
And without us scoring against them.
Us even scoring a goal. Jesus. Who do you think is the one player Arsenal should be looking out for this season? I mean, besides Odegaard, I think Odegaard will have a good season. I don't know why. I think he finished off a bit high last season. Besides that, who do you think we should be looking out for this season? Maybe someone who's gonna maybe do something.
I'd say Gabriel Martinelli or Florian Balogun.
One of those. Nicola Pepe.
Because you see, Nicola Pepe is expected to at least go from strength to strength. But those two young men, you should look out for them because you see they are getting the minutes.
Yeah.
And most likely they'll play against Chelsea.
Yeah.
And I'll really, really want to see, because you see, we'll be up against a very big defense. Sikat Zuma is about 6'4", Rudiger is 6'2".
This Chalobah guy they're playing now,
about 6'1", 6'2". So, and you see these guys are below 6 foot. So they're small guys. So it will be interesting to see
how we set up.
How they will. And you see, it's a back three. It's very narrow. So the only way we can beat them is speed, and we need someone who can thread those balls. And as I was saying in a platform somewhere, you need to consider playing a back three against Chelsea because we cannot afford to lose.
Yeah, we can't. Now,
potentially we are looking at 3 straight losses in the first 3 games.
Yeah, man.
That's relegation form, but
straight, right there.
Yes, that's how teams that are destined for relegation start, or the small teams. They lose the first 3. So we can't afford to do that because remember, winning the title, though we are not in it, for you to give yourself a good chance of winning the title, you need to lose at most 5 games. So if you lose 3, you are 2 away and it's only August.
Yeah. It's a terrible form, one. That's a terrible form. All right. Your top 4 predictions before we wind up. What do you think? Who do you think will be the top 4 come May next year?
Actually, I had said I'm going to avoid this. Someone asked me somewhere to give my predictions, and I said this season I'm not predicting, but I'll try. Of course, City will be in it. Chelsea will be in it. Man United will be in it. Spurs will be, not Spurs, Liverpool will be in it.
Liverpool will be in it.
So my top 4 in no particular order will be City, Chelsea, Liverpool, and Man United.
One United.
In no particular order.
All right. I agree with you there. I feel like it's going to be like that. Who do you think will be the player of the season, or the player who will tear the league apart this time round?
Wow, that's a difficult question because you see, it's only the month is not even over.
Yeah, we've only even played 1 game only. I feel like we should be having this conversation of top 4 and maybe tearing the league, especially top 4 once the window is closed.
No, November, December. After the international break, around November, that's when the table starts to take shape.
All right.
Yeah, but the one person who seems to be the 2 players who are standing out, of course, Paul Pogba and Bruno Fernandes. We need to watch out for those 2.
Those 2.
Because you see, Pogba had 4 assists, if I'm not wrong, in that game.
Yes.
And Bruno had a hat-trick. So if they can keep that form, they'll be within a shout, but it's too early.
All right. Is PSG winning the league? Champions League?
No, they'll win the league, and I predicted they'll win the Champions League.
Wow. Why?
You have hey, Nyash, this is something you assemble on FIFA career mode. You cannot have Kylian Mbappe, Lionel Messi, and Neymar in one team.
In one
That's
team.
not fair.
It's criminal.
Oh, and some rumors somewhere are suggesting that they might go for CR7. Come on.
Yeah, I heard that one. The
And
same
they
rumors
still
also
want
said
Pogba.
Mbappe might be leaving to Real Madrid. So
I think they brought Messi to make Mbappe stay.
All
And
right,
the mess that Madrid and Barca are in, I don't think Mbappe will go.
We'll go there.
I think he now sees that, with Messi, and it is good because the attitude Mbappe has showed last season and in the Euros left a lot to be desired.
Oh,
and I think when you have someone like Messi to guide you, because the good thing about Messi, you see, La Masia. La Masia normally not only trains them to be excellent footballers, but to be excellent men.
Yeah.
And Messi will be one to straighten Mbappe out.
All right.
And you can see he commands the respect of Neymar. And you see Mbappe will see Neymar falling in line to Messi, and he will do the same.
Yeah.
But as long as Messi will keep the production, which we know he will, because that league will be too easy for him. But
a lie.
No, it will be too easy. You wait and see.
Okay, Webbie, as we wind up, time is running out for us.
Yes.
Quickly, tell us, for guys who have no idea, there's an article you always write where you give your thoughts on the games happening over the weekend. What's the name of that?
Okay, it's Webbie's prediction.
It's called Webbie's prediction. I think you'll give me like a link of it, then I can post it somewhere for guys to go and check out what you write about. All right?
Yes.
Time is running out for us. Thank you so much for coming through. As always, it's always a pleasure. Hopefully next time we'll do a face-to-face kind of meeting and not a virtual one.
Definitely.
Yeah.
See you around.
All right, adios.